So I really wanted to see these cacti, the Saguaro cacti, Saguaro, and so I booked 2 nights in this camping area here. I think there is not so much tongue involved. Saguaro, 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 Saguaro. Well, hello, Gugu-Gee-ans. It was time to hook up the Range Runner and move on from Meteor Crater RV Park. The plan was to travel further south in Arizona in search of the iconic and beautiful Saguaro Cactus, which only grows in the Sonoran Desert. So I traveled south along Highway 87, which at times merged with Highway 260, and I hit some beautiful terrain along the way. I traveled through forests, traveled through some lovely mountains, and finally, they appeared. I'm on North Beeline Highway. I think it's 87 also. And at marker 215, I've just started seeing these cactuses again. For the first time, they just appeared. Right here on the road. That's about where the saguaro came back. The saguaro only grow in the Sonoran Desert. They are very slow-growing cacti. A 10-year-old might only be 1.5 inches tall, but they can grow up to 40 to 60 feet in height and can live to be 150 to 200 years old, and they can weigh more than a ton. After a little research, I figured out an area where I might get my fill of the fantastic saguaro. So I am camping for 2 nights in the Usery Mountain Regional Park. And the reason for this is that when I went up to the Grand Canyon, I was expecting that I would see more of these saguaro cacti. But I didn't. They disappeared at a certain point north of Phoenix. But they are everywhere in this area. I'm back rather near Phoenix in Apache Junction. So these cacti are back again, and I'm very excited because they are so unique. So beautiful. Let's look at this one. Take a look at how this guy towers over me. I wonder just how old this guy is. And yes, I've just given human attributes to a plant. It's a turn of phrase that humans employ sometimes. I think I read that the roots don't go straight down into the earth, but they are more surface so that the roots can collect any water that may come their way. And they're very good at surviving, and there are a lot of them here. So we'll try to find some with very unique shapes, shall we? Behold, the majestic saguaro, the largest cactus in the United States, king of the Sonoran Desert.
try to
is alive. I saw his tail move. Very good at staying still. Are you Patrick? Yes. So the lady, oh, little chipmunk. Hello, chipmunk. So the lady at the nature center seemed to indicate that this is the barrel cactus. And of course we have our saguaros. These are the ones that we came back to this area to see. And I think the one that got me in South Brewster County, Texas is the cholla. Oh, oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. Oh, now it's into my thumb. How do you get rid of it? It's a tricky, prickly son of a gun. Ouch. Whew. Cholla. I think it's that one. Although I don't. There are several variations. She said there was the. I've already forgotten the hanging fruit, low-hanging fruit maybe, cholla, and the bear cholla. And on my brain feed, I saw the jumping cholla. I think the jumping cholla was probably the one that got me because I don't remember passing that close to anything, but something jumped on me. And apparently this is the way that they spread their seeds. This is part of their survival mechanism, that they attach this burr rather, and it actually spreads the seed around. Now this one has the flowers. That is actually incorrect, according to my brain feed. In the late spring, they sprout white flowers, and in the summer, red fruit. This is obviously the red fruit. After the nature center, my day was spent at an old west town, which will be the subject of the next episode. But for now, let's jump forward to that evening. Okay, I'm just coming out of my camper, and there's a little rabbit who was nearby, and he's still there if I can catch him. On the other side of the bush. Oh, bye, rabbit. I was just taking a little nap. I got tired from the heat of the day, but I feel better now. I think this is a cholla. Smaller and bushier and not drooping. So when I drove up upon this area, I came from a place where it was mostly wilderness and mountains. And I turned in, and then when I was getting out of here, I turned left the other direction out of the camp, and I realized that I was only 2 miles from the suburbs, and it's Apache Junction right over there. Let's talk more about the fascinating roots of the saguaro. As I mentioned, they extend close to the surface of the soil, radiating out as far as the plant is tall to collect water. But they do have one deeper root, the taproot, that goes straight down about 5 feet, well, depending on the size of the cactus, to access water stored deeper underground. Near my campsite, I stopped into this little park here, which is I think it's called Pebble Beach back there, but this is the Salt River, I believe. To see some saguaros and some water, and here's some water. And here's some people screaming who are in the river, tubing, and facing a little current, I guess. This floating human was caught in a circular current, and I asked her if she would like for me to give her a little hand.
Alright, here we go.
Well, it's time to move on from the Saguaro Cactus. Beautiful, beautiful cactus. Choya, don't get too near me. These are the little things that jump. Tune in next week when we visit Goldfield, Ghost Town, and Mine Tours. And I get to act out a little fantasy to take photos dressed as a cowboy. Yee-haw! By the way, very quickly, if you like the show, consider Buy Me a Coffee to help support the show. Buy Me a Coffee is a great way for creators and artists to accept one-time support or membership ongoing from their fans for the price of a coffee. Go to buymeacoffee.com/brainfire to help the show. Thank you.
Take some coffee and some bagels and get out of here to where the weather